Today's topic is going to be about how to get rid of acne or how to treat acne at home. This has been a very popular question on my channel. On the comments, I see numerous of my viewers writing like how to treat acne, how to do it in the right way because they have been suffering from comedogenic skin and they see that they also have red inflamed bump on the skin. How to treat that? This is all that we are going to be talking about in this video, so stick till the very end because I'm going to be dividing this video into different sections and I'm going to be mentioning how to do it in a right way at home and how to use a proper over-the-counter drug and what are the precautions that you need to take if you have oily skin type or acne-prone skin and easily can have acne just by even touching it. So this video is for you guys, so stick till the very end and let's begin with the video. So the first section of this video is a daily skincare habits. The first thing that you have to do is wash the affected area more than twice a day with a gentle foaming cleanser. One of my favorite picks for the oily skin type, which is gentle and yet is showing really good results on the oily skin type, is the CeraVe foaming cleanser. You can invest your money into this amazing cleanser, and it's a foaming cleanser, so it removes the dirt and debris from your skin. So you have to do it more than twice daily, but you have to make sure that you have proper acne prone skin before using this more than twice, because if you have a dry skin type and you will be using foaming cleanser, you're just gonna dry and rip that moisture off your skin. So you need to understand that you are just working on the affected area. This just helps to remove all that dirt buildup, which can lead to more inflammation in the acne prone skin. The next thing is that you need to avoid picking or else squeezing or else just tampering that affected area. Your hand does harbor a lot of bacteria that can be transmitted to the affected area, and this can lead to more inflammation. So you need to avoid touching those affected area again and again because that leads to more acne formation, and even in the worst case scenario, it can worsen your acne by leading to more inflammation because you're just transmitting more and more bacteria to that affected area. The third thing is that you need to remove your makeup before you go to bed. This is one mistake that I have seen mostly done by the teenagers, is that they apply a lot of makeup and they don't remove that makeup just because they have partied all night and they just go to bed and the next day morning they see that the acne has flared up again. This is just because the makeup, when it is not removed properly, it can lead to clogging your pores more, and it can even trigger inflammation because there are some ingredients in makeup that can affect directly to the acne prone skin and lead to inflammation. This is very important to take into consideration, that whenever you go to sleep, even for any skin type, you need to remove your makeup. Makeup is something that does make you look beautiful, but if you don't remove it properly, this can also lead to numerous skin problems. So it's a must to remove your makeup. Use water-based micellar water. One of my go-to micellar water is the Bioderma Sensei Bio. This one is just wonderful. It can remove waterproof makeup, it can be gentle on the skin, it doesn't lead to burning your eye area. It's an excellent choice for all skin types. And try to avoid oil-based cleansers, which are basically the face oil that can rip the makeup away. It's better to avoid this when you have acne prone skin, because when you are constantly rubbing it into your skin to remove that makeup, the oil can even lead to clogging your pores. It's better to avoid the oil-based ones, rather use the water-based ones. These are excellent to remove your makeup. The next one is that you have to wash your hair promptly every alternate days if you have acne prone skin. Usually the oil produced in your hair can even be transferred to the acne area, especially in the forehead. If you have a forehead acne, you need to wash your hair every alternate days. This removes the oil buildup from the scalp, which can either come to the forehead or to the face area. And there are sometimes studies that if there is dandruff in a person, then the dandruff flakes fall on the forehead, and that can also lead to clogging of the pores and building of new pimples or else the comedons. So it's better to wash your hair every alternate days if you have acne prone skin. The last thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to shower promptly without missing after your exercise. The more you sweat, the more oil you produce, the more you are giving an environment for the bacteria to thrive in it. Because the sweat is a source where bacteria can thrive and feel better, and it can also lead to clogging of the pore, hence leading to aggravating your acne. This is a must because whenever you exercise, come back home, take a cold shower, not hot shower. Hot showers should be avoided in this case because hot shower can just lead to more dryness of the skin, and this is just not a good sign in general in acne prone skin. Take a cold shower, use a mild body wash. You can just use the CeraVe foaming cleanser. This works for the whole body as well, not only face. It works really well even for removing the body odor. The next topic is the topical or over-the-counter drugs or else the skincare treatments that's available. One of my promising and go-to skincare product will be benzoyl peroxide. There is no such over-the-counter drug that can be more promising than benzoyl peroxide. In my opinion, benzoyl peroxide is so good because it directly targets the Propionibacterium acnes. This bacteria is the one that leads to acne formation on the skin. So it goes and hinders the growth, it stops the growth of that bacteria, kills that bacteria, and hence it also helps with the inflammation that is happening around that bacteria that gives that red bumpy look on the skin for acne prone people. So it helps to overall treat that area by reducing the bacterial count and also reducing the inflammation. So it's a promising over-the-counter drug. You can get it in different concentrations. If you have a combination skin like sensitive as well as acne prone, you can go for lower concentrations. And if you have like really oily skin and you are sick of trying all the skincare stuff out there, then I would suggest try using 5% benzoyl peroxide. It does remove the bacteria from the affected area and it shows results, persistent use for at least 4 months. The benzoyl peroxides can be also used as a spot treatment. If you're not happy with using it all over the face, then you can just spot it on the areas where you see there is acne. You can even use it on the neck area, behind, on the back, because there are people who are suffering from severe acne even on the back. So benzoyl peroxide is quite promising. You can get the benzoyl peroxide in gel form, cream form, body washes or face washes. So it's quite, versatile ingredient. It can be used in numerous different types of forms of skincare. If you think that benzoyl peroxide is not for you, then the next treatment that I would suggest is the salicylic acid. Now, salicylic acid is quite gentle as compared to benzoyl peroxide. But the problem with salicylic acid is that it targets your comedons and it targets your pores. So it cleanses the pores, but it doesn't reduce the growth of this bacteria. There is no such research done where it shows that it can help to reduce the growth of this Propionibacterium acnes. Not so reliable research, I would say. But salicylic acid is an exfoliant. It's a beta hydroxy acid. So it can help to remove or cleanse your face and to remove the dirt, to remove the dead skin layer, and to remove the excess oil. That it will help you with that, and it's quite gentle as compared to alpha hydroxy acid. I'm going to come next to the alpha hydroxy acid. But the beta hydroxy acid, salicylic acid is excellent. There are different concentrations that you can choose from 0.5 to 2%. You can choose any one that you like. But if you have oily skin, then I would suggest just go for the 2%, which is like the highest concentration, and using it daily in the serum form, then it can actually improve your complexion of the face and also help to cleanse your pores. One thing about salicylic acid that I keep telling my viewers to do is that either you can use it into a combination. So if you're using salicylic acid with benzoyl peroxide, try not to mix them together. Rather use benzoyl peroxide in the morning time and salicylic acid in the night time. But if you are using salicylic acid in the morning time, then you have to make sure that you top it up with a proper SPF 50 sunscreen. But for oily acne prone skin, I would suggest that you use a sunscreen that is gel based or dimethicone based, silicone based sunscreens, because they don't clog the pores and they make a protective shield on the face. The next treatment that I would talk about is the retinoids, that is adapalene. Adapalene is a must if you're someone who has acne prone skin or you have oily skin. Adapalene is a type of vitamin A. It helps with the skin turnover, and then it can help to reduce the acne slowly. It doesn't happen overnight. You need to be persistent with this adapalene use for good 4 months and more. I have made a whole video on adapalene. You can check it out in the description below. I have mentioned it. It will actually give you in detail and depth about how the adapalene should be used on the skin. So adapalene not only improves the skin turnover, but it also helps with reducing the scars and also with the unclogging of the pore, which makes it a favorable choice if you have oily skin type. And the last thing that you have to take care is that you have to use some non-comedogenic moisturizers on your skin on consistent basis, because when you're exfoliating, when you're using vitamin A, when you are using, let's say, the benzoyl peroxide, this all leads to skin dryness. Next part is the lifestyle and dietary consideration. This is really essential. The first thing that you have to keep in check is the stress. Now, stress is very prominent in today's world. Everyone is working, everyone has to get some money, they have to fit into this lifestyle. So this is really important that you keep your stress levels checked and you are doing proper exercise, because stress can directly lead to hormonal changes and that can directly affect your acne formation. There has been studies where it shows that the person is not eating something that can trigger the acne, but because of the stress level, consistent working and then not taking proper rest has led to formation of acne because of the hormonal changes. So you need to keep your stress levels at check and try to do proper exercise and rest well, so that you can help to reduce that acne onto the skin. The next thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to avoid anything with high sugar. Sugar is something that is really important for the bacterial growth. Although there is not like a direct link connected to the bacteria, but sugar is one of the sources that the bacteria thrive in. The high intake of sugar can lead to more concentration of sugar in the sweat, which can reach to the bacteria, and the bacteria can thrive in that situation. So you need to reduce your sugar intake and make sure that you don't have enough sugar, because this is just going to worsen the condition. You can take supplements like omega-3 and zinc. Zinc can help with the surrounding acne area, well as the omega-3 helps with the moisturization and also proper barrier repair of the skin. So this is like a good combination to work with, but there has not been a lot of long-term research on this, because there has been research for certain time duration. But before taking any high concentration vitamin, you need to make sure that you can go and ask your physician. And it's very important, because physician or the health related doctors can guide you better if you're taking any higher concentration. Now, the most important part, when do you have to see a dermat or a physician? When your acne is extremely severe, that you just can't treat it with anything. It's very important, even before trying the OTC, that is over-the-counter drugs, you need to once consult your physician. It's important because if your acne is extremely burning, you are agitating, you want to pluck it, or else you want to squeeze the pus out of it, then you have to see a physician, because acne is something which is very tricky just to be treated with the over-the-counter drugs. So there are some times that the doctors and the health professionals are giving you antibiotics, they are giving you different supplements with higher concentration, which cannot be prescribed by yourself, because the physician does see your whole blood count and your overall body, and then they give the prescriptions accordingly. Some of the physicians also opt for hormonal therapies, which can be really important for certain teenagers, but you need to understand that you cannot prescribe this all for yourself. There are hormonal therapies which is given to the teenagers to improve their skin, but this doesn't mean that you have to opt for it by yourself, but this is all should be given by a proper physician. If you see that your acne is going worse every day by day and you don't know how to cure it, you need to see a physician. So yes, that was pretty much it about the different sections that I spoke about in detail. If you have any questions or any doubts, you can write down in the comment section below and I will try to answer it. As I said that I was away for quite some time because of my health complications. I just apologize that I couldn't reach out to most of you and I couldn't answer your comments, but this time I promise that I'm here and I'm gonna answer them all. So thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'm gonna see you soon in another video. Take care. Bye.